You're watching Lit Sports Online. We got a special WWE episode here. We got Gerald and Mike, our WWE experts, on the table to talk about the Evolution pay-per-view that already happened and the upcoming Crown Jewel pay-per-view, as I will moderate all of this. So let's get into it, fellas. What we talk about first here?
First, how awesome it is. I finally have my boy Mike. Literally, the older brother of one of my oldest friends. I've known your brother since I was like 12. This is just too sweet, dude. This is awesome. We're talking wrestling again. We haven't done it in a long time. We've actually honestly just been looking for somebody that wanted to talk about it regularly. My boy Mike wanted to do it. I said, let's go. So yes, as Justin said, we're going to be recapping Evolution, or at least talking a little bit about it, how awesome a pay-per-view it was. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much going on in the WWE right now. We're also going to talk about Crown Jewel. Everybody's talking about it. It comes on Friday. So probably, we're filming tonight, Thursday, so you'll probably be watching this shortly before it comes on. An exciting pay-per-view, but let's get down to business first. Let's talk about Evolution. What were your thoughts, man?
Man, I'll tell you what. I was really impressed by the ladies. You know, my hat's off to them. You know, they put on some really great matches, and I gotta say, hands down, match of the night and potential match of the year candidate.
Charlotte,
the last woman standing match.
Yes.
Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Wow.
They beat the living shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Chairs, ladders, tables, and they took it to the limit. And there were some great spots. You know, one of my favorites was when Becky Lynch buried Charlotte underneath all the chairs, the announce table chairs, the thing from the announce table, I think a piece of a table. Just see Charlotte rise up through all that. Like, you know, it was hardcore. It should have been the headlining match. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but best match of the night.
And you and me were talking about that, like the way they position the matches. They're trying to make money with Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
Which, I mean, she's cash money right now. I mean, she's probably one of the most premier women athletes in the last decade. So yeah, WWE's trying to get all their money's worth. Why they put her against one of the Bellas, I don't know why. But again, you got Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. They're two of the best women wrestlers out right now. Becky Lynch, people call her female Stone Cold.
That's true. I have heard that.
I've heard this, and she's living up to the hype. She is a badass.
She is. She is definitely the last kicker, as she calls herself. And this feud, this rivalry, is played out perfectly with them. You know, the friendship turned enemies. It's incredible, and you know, the women they're lighting it up.
They are. You know, and there's one thing else. You have a point in WWE history right now where there are a lot of women wrestlers right now. A lot. You saw the great picture that they had where they all were standing at the stage, and you look at it, they have enough women wrestlers probably to have their own wrestling show if they needed to. One thing that disappointed me about Evolution, lack of a women's tag team title.
Absolutely.
I think it's long overdue. I remember TNA did it, Total Nonstop Action. They did it years ago, and I think they did it wrong because, of course, they were more focused on women being sex symbols than wrestlers, and it just wasn't working. Where WWE now with Evolution and the Women's Revolution in wrestling, it's now like they are a legitimate division. Why? How long do you think it will be before they have a tag team? I think it's going to happen. I honestly don't see how they can't do it. I mean, we're tired of seeing the 6 women tag team matches on Raw every week. It's like, give them something to wrestle for.
Yep. There's so many tag teams that they could pick and choose from.
There's
I
so many.
I was expecting it to be an announcement at Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
All women's pay-per-view, the very first one ever.
It would have been awesome.
And it would have been stellar. You know, to see them introduce that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be the announcement when they dropped the bomb about Evolution, the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It turns out the revelation was a pay-per-view and not the tag belts.
I thought the tag belts were gonna follow,
Yeah,
but unfortunately, what are you gonna do?
Well, with any luck, they'll bring him out before Vince McMahon moves on with his XFL thing.
Well,
he's trying to bring that back. So
that's a whole other video.
That's a whole nother video. We could go on for hours about that. I'm still.
What's gonna happen first? Women's tag titles or the XFL come back?
Hopefully the tag titles.
The XFL, I thought was already back.
Well, it's coming in 2020.
Anyway, we digress.
We digress.
I foresee them coming soon. I really do. Maybe Survivor Series or TLC, both of which are coming up. Yep. December.
TLC would be
January,
a great one,
respectively.
Yeah.
So only time will tell, and I've seen rumblings on the internet, rumors flying around that at the last Raw, they were actually handing out signs saying that the women need tag titles now.
Wow.
So the fact that WWE was handing those out, that sparks a big rumor.
That says that they're coming.
Yes.
If WWE's officiating this and letting these things fly, you might as well book it. That's
Especially
gonna happen.
a lot of times they take signs away.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. But we're going to see. And there's one other match, like I said. You had the Nikki Bella Ronda Rousey match. Really surprised they pitted Ronda Rousey against Nikki Bella, but of course, who she was connected to and how famous the Bella twins are in WWE lore. Not surprised, but it was hit or miss for me.
I think it was kind of an end of an era kind of deal where you see, the divas putting over the new generation and the new evolution.
If that's what it was, then I'm all
what the WWE product is now regarding the women's division and how the women are put out there, how they're, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. And I think that was probably the end of an era. I don't see the Bellas probably being a contender or a threat to the women's championship. I think it'll go to, the Taminas, the Nia Jaxes, Ember Moon. I could definitely see Ember Moon getting a championship title run soon, hopefully close to WrestleMania. She's a beast.
Well, don't forget, in NXT you got Shayna Baszler.
That's true.
Io Shirai. And Shayna Baszler is another former UFC competitor.
Yeah. And
I could see her working a program either alongside Ronda Rousey or against Ronda Rousey in the future.
Whatever happened to Asuka? Let's talk about her for a second. I mean, she was undefeated for ages. And then,
what was it, like two pay-per-views in a row? She's knocked out viciously.
Like, poof, gone. Like, that made no sense to me.
Happened?
It's like, how do you not, give her a title run? How do you not push her more long-term? I was very surprised her getting called up. The amazing stuff she did in NXT, and now back of the bus, hoping.
She's evolved.
She's one of those people I think hoping for a tag team division because
I think she's come a long way in terms 100%. Of her presentation and her mic skills. Her mic skills were atrocious when she first started.
Horrible.
Now her mic skills are not that bad. They're actually pretty good. The only thing I don't get is why when she comes out, she's all smiley, but then she goes to the ring and she gets the scowl on her face. I feel like if you're going to be a face, be a face. But smile and be, whatever. But if you're going to be a heel,
mind games. I think it's all mind games. It's like, oh, she's so happy. And like, shit.
Don't get me wrong, she is a badass when it comes to fighting.
Yeah. But I think all in all, and I think, I've been watching wrestling since I was probably about like 9 or 10. It's pretty cool to see that. Typically I haven't been a big fan of women's wrestling, obviously, probably in years past, but I think recently, the way they're pushing them, the way they're marketing them, they're not just these sex objects, they're legit contenders, and that is exciting to see. And that's something I think the WWE, it's about time they turned the page and finally did that.
Oh, I agree completely. The women are something special. They bring something special to the table. Yeah. And it's really their time to shine and show what it is they got.
Yeah, the women's revolution is alive and well. But, we all know, and this is just my theory, evolution was an answer to Crown Jewel. I think evolution would have happened regardless if there was a Saudi deal or not, but I definitely do think they put it out there because in Saudi Arabia, women are not allowed to perform.
Yeah.
And with Crown Jewel being in Saudi Arabia, again, this is just one of the controversies involved with the Saudi Arabia 10-year deal. They had to do something for the women. You got half your roster not allowed to go. Of course, to me personally, this is just my opinion, that's a red flag to me. If half your company can't go somewhere,
no question.
That is a red flag.
Yep.
And of course, we have in the last month, the news of the Washington Post reporter, can't pronounce his name. He was
Khashoggi.
Khashoggi was killed at a consulate in Turkey, a Saudi consulate. And actually, I read today it was apparently discovered that as soon as he got in, it was a wrap. Mm-hmm. And WWE is still going forward to this. You're at a point with the roster. Reports came out a few weeks ago where the roster was not happy. You have John Cena, Daniel Bryan, who are not even attending. Two of the biggest stars in WWE today, not even going. Again, another red flag. What are your thoughts?
I mean, you got two big stars like that, flat out refusing to go. Mm-hmm. I know they have a lot more pull than some of the other superstars, per se. But I think it says something.
It says something.
So when two of your hottest stars refuse to work the show, amidst the controversy that's going on right now,
I think also to go into fact, Khashoggi was reporting again against the Saudi crown family, and again you have the Saudis are involved. Saudi Arabia in general is involved with a war that nobody's talking about in Yemen right now. A huge humanitarian right crisis, and again. I get that Saudi Arabia is, at least their culture is probably behind the times in comparison to the Western world. And I get what they're trying to do with the WWE. They're trying to, branch out. They had deals with the UFC. UFC pulled out. I mean, me personally, and like I said, we're going to get into the matches. We're not going to bore you with the politics, of course. Maybe some of you might like that.
Sure.
But me personally, I don't understand why the WWE did not pull out. I get it. There's a lot of money on the table.
Yep.
The Saudis are paying a lot of money to have the WWE involved with them for the next 10 years. That's a decade. That's a long freaking time and a lot of money over 10 years. I'm not even sure the exact number. That's how much it is. But I get the WWE's position where they don't want to pull out. But I also, from a humanitarian point of view, someone from the outside looking in, it's a no-brainer to me. I don't understand why this is going through. But I get it. I mean, I don't know. It's so messy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they should pull out, and a lot of reasons why they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the WWE is a huge market in Saudi Arabia.
Huge. And the Saudis have a lot of money.
They do.
It's a money bag. There's a lot of money 100%. In Saudi Arabia. And, again, we know where Vince is.
Yep.
And I get it, people are saying that, if Triple H is in charge, maybe this wouldn't be happening, this, that, or the other. I don't know. Like I said, this is a business. This is a global business, and they want to be a global brand. They've outreached in India. They're outreaching in Saudi Arabia. Across the world now, whereas back when we grew up, they were just here in the States.
Yep.
Every now and then they would travel to Canada.
And now they're going to Australia.
England. They got, it's
everywhere.
It's one of those things where I think, me personally, I think they bit off a lot more than they could chew with this situation. This story could not have come out at a worse time for WWE.
Yep, no doubt.
And again, we don't know what's going to happen after this, the aftermath of this, of them going through this. I've read on Twitter, followers to the LitTube channel, that, we follow. Some said they're going to cancel their WWE memberships. I've heard things where people are like, oh, we're boycotting the WWE. I've heard that.
Yep.
And I don't know how much this is going to hurt them at all because you just don't know the total numbers. But like I said, it's messy.
And I think a lot of people were just, I guess for lack of a better term, just blowing smoke. We're going to boycott it, but they're still going to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, they do the same thing with football. People are always saying they're not going to watch the NFL because of the controversies going on in the NFL.
But
which is another story. But it's the same. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
We all digress, which is why we should get to the match card. Let's give them what they want, fellas. Let's talk about the match card for Crown Jewel. What we got on tap here?
All right, so we're going to start off with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Boom.
The Bar versus the New Day.
This is a match we've seen more times than I can count. Again, if any tag, I think honestly, if any tag team division needs re-energization, it's definitely SmackDown. I think the New Day's got it. Honestly, I don't see the Bar winning it. I don't see a lot of titles changing, but we'll go ahead.
Here's the thing: I love New Day. I think they're awesome. They're entertaining. Mm-hmm. They come out throwing pancakes into the crowd every week, and once in a while wearing their unicorn horns. And
did you see them come out? The Gangrel's like the Brood.
That
Did you
was awesome.
see that? Oh my God, it was awesome.
Coming out, they even came out to the Brood's theme music.
Yeah.
Instead of the
I
fire
was like,
around the
this
ramp,
is awesome.
it was people back down in black waving glow sticks around to make it look like fire on the ramp.
Oh man, it was awesome.
And then Big E drinking out of the chalice and spitting the blood up like Gangrel did.
That was gangster.
In some ways, it was nostalgic because that's
It
my
was.
era.
That was my childhood right there. I was like, this is awesome.
Gangrel, Edge, and Christian, one of my favorite stables in the Brood.
So,
but instead of this being a 3-on-2 normally like it would be, now we got the Big Show in the picture.
yeah.
2 weeks ago, the Big Show comes out of nowhere and lays out Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, Big E.
Yeah.
And that allowed Cesaro to hit the neutralizer on Kofi in the ring for the win.
Yeah.
So now with the Big Show in their corner,
That does
that
change
adds a piece
things.
of the puzzle. So I'm going to go on the other side of this. I'm going to take the Bar, only because of the Big Show. He's a huge man, and that right fist is bigger than my head.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
like
think
a wrecking ball coming at you.
every time Big Show comes back, I say to myself, this is his last run. And every time I
Here's
say
the
that,
thing.
he comes back.
He's probably in the best shape of his life right
Probably.
now.
He looks great. I
He's
mean,
dropped about, 250 pounds? At his heaviest, he was probably close to 500.
yeah, I remember
He's
back.
down to about
Yeah, he
maybe
was-
275,
Wow.
maybe something like that now.
Wow.
No, he's in phenomenal shape. So he still might have some gas left in the tank.
I might have some. We'll see what's going to happen with
I'm
that.
gonna go with Mike on this one. Say Big Show side wins on this one, but we'll see.
All right, moving on. We got the WWE World Cup.
Here we go.
So we got the first round matches followed by the semis and the finals. I don't know how they're gonna.
Yeah, I'm
Break
wondering.
that up.
I guess they're going to sprinkle them through the show. I don't know how to
So
do
we've
that
got
one.
4 one-on-one matchups.
Mm-hmm.
First, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio.
See, that's
Talk about
tough.
nostalgia.
Yeah. See, that's tough. And I forgot that Rey Mysterio was taking on Randy Orton. Because when we were talking before the show, I was like, man, Randy Orton could probably definitely take this down. But Rey Mysterio's been on fire. Again, another guy from the old age that's in the best shape of his life. And, I mean, he looks great. I mean, it's as if he had never stopped wrestling, at least in the WWE. I know he was doing some indie stuff. And
Yeah, he was doing
obviously,
some
that was
underground.
keeping him in shape. I think Ray could pull this off this first round. I don't want to ever go against Randy Orton because I love Randy Orton.
Exactly. I mean, they don't call him the Viper for
But yeah, I mean,
that.
how crazy would it be? He tries to do the West Coast pop and Randy Orton just does an RKO right in midair.
Right out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm going for Randy Orton. Screw that.
Oh, that's a tough call. I mean, I like both wrestlers.
Mhm.
As you say, Rey Mysterio's a legend. He's Rey.
Randy Orton's the legend killer.
I think I'm going to go with Randy Orton 2 on this one. Why? Because he's badass. He's also, I think, at the prime of his career.
Yeah.
He's a great heel, and he can just do anything out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think it's the obvious pick, Randy Orton. I don't see him going out this early in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I
we
think
got next?
we're all in agreement with Randy Orton. All
Yeah.
right. So, moving
Guess
on.
so.
What's that?
I said, I guess so.
Yeah.
All agreement.
Next match, Jeff Hardy versus The Miz.
Man, that's
Nostalgia again.
another good match. When the Saudis are paying the amount of money they're paying, every match is a potential main event. I'm going with Jeff Hardy though. Oh, well, yeah, I'm going with Jeff. I'm just gonna go with Jeff. I think he could pull off. I mean, again, I think I could see WWE pushing the Miz through this one. I definitely could see that, but man, Jeff Hardy, man, it's just great to have him back.
I think I'm going to go on the flip side. I think I'm going to take The Miz. Why? He's at the top of his game right now. His feud with Daniel Bryan was pretty awesome. He's hands down probably one of my favorite heels that they've had.
Yeah,
And the best thing about him as a heel is it makes you want to reach through the TV and smack the shit out of him.
Yeah.
It's strange sometimes. He's just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like The Miz in this match. I think he's going to take it home, but I don't think he's going all the way.
No.
Yeah, on second thought, I'm going to go with The Miz on this one because Jeff Hardy, I mean, he's a great tag team guy, but as far as singles matches, I don't know.
He's one of the best singles competitors in WWE history. I mean, he had some
One
great
of the first
runs.
ladder match guys, too.
Yeah. He's had
He's
some
hardcore.
great runs. I mean, through his career. And I think, again, this is the sunset of his career, where The Miz probably has quite a few years left. Mm-hmm. But me personally, I think the WWE WWE's going to give the fans what I think a lot of nostalgic fans wants, and that is Jeff Hardy at least winning this match.
Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia in this whole pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, and we have so much to cover.
Next match, Kurt Angle versus Dolph Ziggler.
Kurt Angle. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Your take, Mike?
I'm going with Kurt Angle myself.
It's unanimous, Kurt Angle.
The last of the first round matches, Seth Rollins and my man Bobby Lashley.
Seth Rollins is on fire. I think with Roman Reigns, and our prayers go out to his family, as he's battling leukemia. I think Seth Rollins is next in line for a big push. I think, honestly, and like I said, we can't really, dictate who's going to be in the finals, who's going to be in the semis, so we won't be predicting that. But I think, honestly, if I had to pick someone to win this, it's going to be Seth Rollins or Randy Orton. That's just my opinion.
I think I'm going to go with Seth Rollins also. I mean, he's one of the hottest competitors right now. The crowd, he is so over with the crowd, it's ridiculous.
Oh my God, yeah.
Whenever he comes out, the crowd is screaming his theme song, "Burn It Down."
Yeah, and if you guys remember,
Seth is just, again, at the top of his game, and they don't call him the architect for nothing.
But I
feel like he's got some
do
plans.
wonder, and this is my opinion, this is just my thought here, random thought. Does Dean Ambrose play a part in the match?
Not an impossibility.
Huh?
Not an impossibility, and here's why. If Dean interferes and costs him the match, that then sets up a Dean Ambrose-Seth Rollins feud.
Well, yeah, and we know that's coming. We
So this would be
know
the
that's
perfect
going to
place
be here.
Plant that seed.
This is the place to do it. And that's why you have to have a second backup pick to Seth Rollins, because, as quiet as kept, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are the tag team champions right now on Raw. But Dean's got some stuff he's dealing with.
So actually, there are no Raw tag titles on the line on this paper.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I'm going to agree with you guys. Seth Rollins is too big of a name for me to see him going out round one. So,
As much as I like Bobby Lashley and his new hype man, Leo
Love
Rush,
him. I love Bobby Lashley, man.
he's a dominator, no doubt. When he was in WWE the first time, he was unstoppable.
Yeah, nobody could stop him. I think Brock Lesnar was... I think Brock Lesnar was probably his biggest contender, actually, when he was there. That was a long time ago. So
we want to predict the finals for the World Cup.
I think if it comes down to it, and this is just me, probably Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins.
I'm on board with that. I think that would make a great finals match.
Oh my God. And especially the two that have history with each other.
Yep.
I think Seth Rollins pulls it off and wins. That or Dean Ambrose interferes and Randy Orton wins.
And again, that sets up that plays on to that.
It's a possibility.
yeah, I see the same final potentially, but I like Randy Orton all the way in this tournament.
So who we got next?
All right, so we're going to go to one of the things that's been on Raw the last couple of weeks. Like nostalgia, I can't say how big this is.
This is huge.
I grew up watching all four of these guys.
I was a huge Kane fan as a kid. Oh my God.
They were four of my favorites.
Yes.
D-Generation X, Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Versus the Brothers
taking
of
on
Destruction.
the Dead Man and the Devil's favorite demon, Kane.
Oh my God. This is great. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, you watch wrestling now and it's like, you still remember them in their prime.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie, and a lot of people, it's a mixed bag opinion on people's favorite generation of Undertaker, but American Badass Undertaker, when him and Kane were just the Brothers of Destruction, Dead Man Inc., whooping ass during the invasion, that was the best. Oh my God. And it's like, here we are, they're fighting DX, and of course you remember the great match that Triple H and The Undertaker had a few years ago.
Yep.
People call it the end of era. That era has not ended. It was a lie.
Yep. That's for sure, and it was the last time ever.
That was a lie.
It was. Maybe as singles, but this is a tag team.
Yeah. But
And
I'm excited to see Shawn back in the ring.
Yeah, him and Triple H are still as entertaining as ever. They still got it. All
Hands
four
up.
of them do, really. And they're in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are saying, they're just doing this for ratings and to get pops and to get their viewership up. And they are huge draws. There's no question about that.
Huge.
But you can't tell me that these guys that are retired don't get that itch to get back in the ring.
Yeah. It's like any sport you play. Like, I haven't played competitive football in quite a few years. I haven't coached in a few years. But I would dive back in a split second. I'm probably in a little bit better shape than I was probably back then, but
Hey, we got Turkey Bowl coming up.
yes, moved it to Sunday. Yeah, did you see that?
I did.
All right.
Justin's going to be quarterbacking, maybe? We'll see.
My brother will be happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
He's off that day.
I picked it because I knew he was going to be able to play. But yes, I digress. I mean, you have these old guys coming back, and again, you had Goldberg come back, and that was hype. And now you have Undertaker and Kane. Kane, who's Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knox County. This man's a politician. It's awesome. This is WWE. I mean, Undertaker and Kane versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. It doesn't get better than that. And it doesn't get... If I had to pick who's going to win, who I want to win, I want Undertaker and Kane to win. I know that they're not going to.
Why do you say that?
I just have a feeling that there's no way Shawn Michaels loses his return match.
I have something to say about this.
Go ahead.
If this was something that was if this match was happening 12 years ago, I would totally say Kane and Undertaker. No.
Yeah.
I remember Kane back when he was like first took the mask off. You did not want to fight that guy.
No.
But,
exactly.
But in this day and age, I honestly think HBK and Triple H have a little more gas in the tank.
Yeah.
And I think I don't see it anymore with Undertaker and Kane.
Because I've seen Undertaker in the last few WrestleMania matches.
He has looked kind of rough, hasn't
he? It was hard to watch.
I mean, he had some surgeries, had hip surgeries and knee surgeries.
Oh, I mean, the guy's literally wrestled nonstop for the last 30 freaking years.
And guys that big don't age well.
Yeah. The fact that he's still moving.
Big Show.
Yeah, Big Show somehow is in the best shape of his life. And Kane, let's be honest here. It's not like he's just crushing at the gym every day. He's trying to run a city here, people.
But you know, I read somewhere online that WWE was
they're donating
a lot of money to Knoxville.
And people
in exchange for letting him do this.
People were wondering, actually, an implication to the controversy we spoke about earlier, if Kane, as a politician in the United States government, was going to go over Saudi Arabia given what's going on. But he's a man of his word. He told him, they're donating a lot of money to my city. You know,
this is something I got to do.
That's something I got to do, and I respect that. You know, I respect what Kane is doing, and hey, all the power to you. But again, I think it's going to be D-Generation X on top. That's just my personal thing. What about you? What do you think?
I'm picking up Brothers of Destruction just because I don't see them putting over DX.
No.
And they're a powerhouse, and you have two huge just powerhouses, and the way the way they looked at Super Showdown was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they put on a good show.
Yeah. I like I said, I agree with you. I mean, this match could go either way. Me personally, I just see DX going over on this one. I mean, yeah. Triple H, I think, Triple H, at least in my opinion, is going to be the X Factor in this one because he's probably in the best shape out of everybody there. Where Shawn Michaels might be a little ring rust, might have a little ring rust there. And like I told, we talked about what Undertaker's look like at past WrestleManias and the surgeries and Kane running a city. So, hey, again, great matches. A great match it's going to be. But
how weird is it seeing Shawn Michaels with no hair?
Oh my God, that's throwing me off. I mean, the fact that DX has no hair right now in general.
And that was like their signature thing.
That was their thing. They had the ponytail, long hair. I mean,
I get they're older, but and Shawn Michaels is mostly bald on top. But you know what? Skills-wise, I think he still got it.
Oh,
They'll tune up that band, a little sweet chin music.
Let's do it.
But guys, I think after this match, what we're going to be hearing from the crowd, thank you, Taker.
Oh, gosh.
Probably.
Thank you, Taker.
I think a lot of people thought he was done after, was it WrestleMania last year where he laid his gear in the ring and
I was really
made that somber exit?
Yeah.
And what do you know? He's back for
one more match.
Couple more matches.
Who's next on that?
All right, so we got 2 matches left, and they're both the championship matches. So we'll start with WWE Championship match. AJ Styles versus the recently announced replacement for Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe.
I think this is just, again, given the fact that Daniel Bryan walked, I don't think too much is going to happen with this match. I think AJ wins it clean, maybe a little controversy, but I definitely think AJ moves on. And it's going to be AJ versus Daniel at Survivor Series. That's just my opinion. I think AJ retains. They have their match at Survivor Series. And who knows what's going to happen there.
I'm with you on that. I think AJ Styles will take the W and keep the belt.
At least
not in
in
sore shape, but I
survivors.
mean, the two of them, they can put on a hell of a match.
Oh yeah, hands
I mean,
down.
let's go back TNA days.
These two have been wrestling forever together.
Exactly. So they know each other's styles. They know how to work with each other. They have that in-ring chemistry. And their last match was excellent. But I think AJ Styles goes over, takes the W.
I think so as well.
I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to say Samoa Joe's a beast, AJ Styles is a punk. AJ Styles is going to lose.
AJ Styles is
Are you high? He's the
phenomenal.
best in the world.
Samoa Joe is going to get that camel clutch
Don't
on
get me
him,
wrong.
and he's going to go to sleep.
Don't get me wrong. Samoa
Samoa Joe's no slouch. Yeah.
Samoa Joe is one sadistic bastard.
Yeah.
Character.
Oh my
But
God, when he showed up at the
It
house.
doesn't. It's got nothing on the Balor Club, the Bullet Club, excuse me.
Mhm.
And as we all know, the Bullet Club is just too sweet.
Next up.
All right, last but
main
not
event.
least,
Well,
one of the other most talked about matches, especially in the recent weeks. Originally, it was supposed to be a triple threat match
and it was going to be a hell of a
between
match.
Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and the returning Brock Lesnar. However, as we all saw play out on Raw, I think it was 2 weeks ago
2
now.
weeks, yeah.
Roman Reigns, real name Joe Anwai, he came to the ring, and not as his character, but as himself,
Joe. Yeah.
as Joe. Which, by the way, is actually his middle name. It's not his real first name. That's what he goes by. Made the announcement that for the second time in his life, he is in a battle with leukemia.
Wow.
He first faced it the first time at the age of 22 in his football career at, I believe it was Florida.
Yeah.
And it's back again. And he announced that he had to step away to focus on his health. And he relinquished the Universal title. So then we left wondering what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It was announced by acting general manager Baron Corbin that it would be pitting Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. However, as we found out 2 weeks ago on Raw, Roman Reigns came to the ring and essentially broke character and spoke as himself, Joe Anwai, his real name. And he revealed to the WWE Universe that he was facing another battle with leukemia. This is his second bout, and he was first diagnosed with it at age 22 when he was playing football at the University of Florida, or the Florida State.
I think it was Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State. He's now 33 years old, and he's facing it again for the second time. So he announced that he was relinquishing the title so that he could step away and attend to his health and focus on that and on his family. But before we go any further, on behalf of Gerald and Justin,
family.
we here at LitTube want to extend our thoughts and prayers to Joe and his family and wish him well. And can't wait to see him back in the ring.
Yep.
Make a monstrous return after he whoops leukemia's ass the second time. So best wishes and get well soon.
On
So
to
what
the
do we
match.
think? So the match is now a one-on-one match between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman.
Just me personally, given what, just... And I'm going to say this, and I haven't said this on camera talking about WWE in a while. I envy people like my grandfather who watch wrestling, who have been watching wrestling for years, who don't have the internet. Because the internet has ruined wrestling. This is just my opinion. And I feel like a lot of things that happen usually go with the sway of the internet. And nobody wants Brock Lesnar as champion right now. Brock Lesnar is barely ever there. Mm-hmm. I think he comes off as a complete asshole when he's on TV.
I mean, he's
I
a
think
badass, though.
he is a badass. He's a savage. But I think someone like Braun Strowman actually deserves the title. I think this might be Braun Strowman's moment. Regardless, there's going to be a new champion. Regardless.
Yeah.
But I think this is Braun Strowman's match to win. I think having a full-time champion on Raw is important. So yeah, I'm going with Braun. I'm putting all my support behind him.
That's what Roman Reigns was. He was there every week.
Yep.
He busted his ass for the fans.
You can't, no matter what people say. And I was a Roman Reigns fan.
Yeah.
I liked Roman.
Oh, of course. Not
Yeah,
as a singles competitor and with the Shield.
Yeah. And
You can believe that.
he was a workhorse. He was there every week. And I think
And he
Braun
delivered on that
Strowman's going to
promise.
continue that.
So I'm going to go with Braun Strowman, too. I mean, he's been in this match how many times the pay-per-views.
So
And
many.
it's gotten dicked over how many times.
Yep, exactly.
And
It's his time.
Also because Brock Lesnar's all the things going on with Daniel Cormier and
He's going to be
all the rumored fights, and Daniel Cormier rumored to be joining WWE as well. And
wow.
this, that, and the other. But I think Braun's finally going to get his shot and be the champ. Let's face it, the man is, they don't call him the monster among men for nothing.
They don't.
He is massive. He's about 6'8", 6'9".
He's a giant.
And just
Yeah.
a giant. And you don't see many giants move like he does.
No, not at all.
He's extremely agile in the ring. His mic skills are awesome.
Now,
Even though he looks like he's eating the mic when he's talking on it.
yeah.
As he holds it like right up against his mouth. But I think that's part of how he was supposed to do that, like part of his character. And it makes him fierce on the mic.
Yeah. Now here's my question. I got a question I'm going to pose to you before Justin gives his answer. Do you think this could ever go no contest and the title stays open?
I do, and I'll tell you why. In the last couple of weeks, you've seen Braun Strowman team up with Ziggler and McIntyre.
Yeah.
I've seen rumors floating around that they want to continue this feud between McIntyre and Braun Strowman. But will they start it here, or will they somehow plant the seeds and start it like on Raw or something? Because if they decide to start the pay-per-view, what's going to happen? You're going to have Drew McIntyre come out, somehow or another cost Braun the match, which gives us another part-time champion in Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that.
But what if it's a DQ? That means there's no contest.
Like a double count out, or
or something, or like if it's disqualification. I don't know if they give if the title is going to change hands, because usually when there's a DQ, the champion usually retains it, but there's no champion here. So could Drew McIntyre come out and interfere? Possible, but I think if the match was out clear, I think you and me, Braun Strowman, in agreement.
I mean, I think he deserves to win clean. I mean, he's been
100%.
screwed over, passed over.
Yeah.
He's, again, at the top of his game right now. He's so dominant in the ring, it's ridiculous. Nobody can compete with him.
Exactly.
So,
I'm going to make it unanimous. I'm going to say Braun Strowman. I think Brock Lesnar's time has come and gone in the WWE. I think, he's had long stretches where he's been the champion. I think it's Braun's time to be champion. So I'm going to agree with you guys.
I think we all can say that Brock is going to get these hands.
Yeah, I think 100%. I am excited to watch it. Again, Crown Jewel comes on 12 o'clock Eastern Time in the United States. WWE Network, obviously.
Yep, on WWE Network, just $9.99 a month. There you go, WWE. There's your plug.
There's your plug. But, again, on behalf of LitTube, I'm so happy to finally have you on the table, sir.
Thanks, guys, for
I
having
have
me.
wanted this. We're going to be talking WWE more. We're going to have probably another episode next month. Actually, probably in the coming weeks, possibly. But we are going to be covering. It's WrestleMania season almost. I'm excited.
It's getting there. We're only a couple months out.
It's wild, man. Oh my gosh. I think I might have a WrestleMania party. I don't know. But nonetheless, stay tuned to LitTube. We have a lot more content coming out to you this week. And we're going to continue doing WWE Talk. So take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And again, thank you, Mike, for being on the table. Take care.
Peace out.
Now we're going to try to keep the video, I guess, 15
I need to
minutes.
get the thing back on.
So both these pay-per-views haven't happened yet? Like, we're previewing both of them?
Well, we're previewing
Evolution happened.
Crown Jewel. Evolution happened. We're recapping that.
That was
And then we're going
past
to preview.
Fuck shit up.
There you go.
As Justin put it.
Should I open it up, or do you?
Yeah, open it up. We're talking.
What's the name of the pay-per-views?
Crown
Crown
Jewel
Jewel.
and Evolution.
Evolution.
Evolution's a pay-per-view now.